welcome to Get Your Bell Rung Pro Wrestling Podcast. Very special podcast tonight. We will be speaking about our week in Vegas at the CAC, the 59th annual CAC event. With me, I have Joe Hagan, and of course, my compadre below, K9 Kohl. What's up, gentlemen?
Evening, guys. How are you?
What's happening?
Oh, not a whole lot, my man. Not a whole lot.
I figured Joe would be a great guest since me and him, kind of get everything started on the fly.
Yeah,
he's my co-host.
Yep, and since On the Fly kicked off that weekly event that we went to, let's start off by talking about On the Fly. I guess the first question should be, K9, why did you get involved with On the Fly?
I've been a member so long and I just decided one day I just wanted to do more. It's like, I just been sitting back and hanging out, and I go in and out. It's been a few years in between, but I really feel strong about CAC because of what it is. I was there when the founder, Iron Mike Mazurki, was still alive and he was still the president. So I got to know him and a lot of the, I guess you could say, real old timers from back then who founded the CAC and built it, and going to the weekly luncheons in Hollywood and hanging out. It's like, I don't think there's too many other people in the CAC right now that was there when Mike was still there.
Right. Now, whose idea was it to create an event like On the Fly?
Sin Bodhi.
Yep.
Right. Now, for those who may not know how On the Fly works, K9, go ahead and explain to everyone exactly what On the Fly is.
Well, On the Fly is basically the way wrestling used to be back in the day. There was no, you didn't sit behind the curtains and talk about your match. You just got out of it. You got out to the match and you held everything in the ring. But this particular deal that Sin came up with was genius. All the wrestlers come out, the heels sit on one side, face sit on the other side. The legends and promoters come out. They pick the wrestler they want to see in the match. The wrestlers come see me for the interview. As soon as the interview's done, they go straight to the match. They don't even know who they're wrestling until they're picked for that match. Then Joe takes over and does the announcing, and there it is. We even do that with referees, managers, announcers. If they want to do it, it's a perfect time to do it because you're working, you're wrestling, you're announcing, refereeing in front of promoters from all over the world and legends.
All right. Now, Joe, why did you get involved with On the Fly?
You know what? My first wrestling has not been a part of, but the wrestling event that traditionally started off the CAC for the last, I don't know how many years, just hasn't been a part of the CAC for the last, I think the last one was in 2021, which is my first CAC. And I really missed the opportunity to work with new people. And that, like working with people I've never worked with before, it's a real jazz for me.
Right. Now, a lot of people may think, On the Fly, this must be a pretty easy event to put together because basically people just show up and the event happens. But those people would be wrong. K9, Joe, explain the behind the scenes. Start from the very beginning about getting this put together and what does it all take to have this flow as easily as the event should flow?
Well, on my end of it, Stin needed help, of course, to get talent to, help with everything behind the scenes. So I started going out to local promotions, talking to the wrestlers, letting them know, hey, this about the CAC, and letting them know about On the Fly, and letting them know who they'd be wrestling in front of. And, there's a lot of interest. I got a lot of Florida people on the East Coast coming, a lot of wrestlers from Florida, Ohio, Chicago, and a lot of wrestlers, of course, they want to do it, but sometimes they can't. Money is kept a lot of them from being able to that wanted to. But I do think every year we're going to get different and more wrestlers to come in. I know this year for a fact we had a bigger crowd than last year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at the show, we have our meeting. We get everything going. We set up the chairs. We do what we need to do. I get the microphone when the doors open and start talking to people and trying to build it up. Joe comes in and works with me on doing that. So, it's all about recruiting and organizing the talent, which is what I started doing for Sin last year, which was the first year for this. Now, as far as Joe was saying too, they used to be, even before 2021, they stopped doing it a long time ago, and I don't know why, and I'm trying to get it back. They used to have seminars, in-the-ring seminars. A ring was set up the whole week. They had a lot of the legends in there training new guys. They were coming in. They even had a match at one. I forgot what night it was, but they'd have a match, and then they train. And it was a really cool deal because wrestlers got to train with the legends. I know one particular wrestler that was there. This was in 2005. He got up and told everybody he learned more in those few days that he trained than in a year that he'd been wrestling.
Wow.
And yeah.
So Joe, talk me through your the things that you're doing to prepare for on the fly before this actually happens.
From an announcer's point of view, well, from a ring announcer's point of view, there's not really a lot of preparation for us. We really just show up. we have the cards from everybody that have filled out their details beforehand, and we're just paying attention while K9's doing that interview, and we're running through those cards, finding the individual that's going to the ring. There was a couple of times where they didn't fill out a card, so I was literally just getting information from them. From K9 from his interview and putting as much of it as I could in my head, and then just hitting the ring and saying, "Okay, you weigh how much? You're from where? Okay, let's go."
Right. Now you talked about legends that come there, and it's the legends that literally pick who they want to see facing one another. How difficult is it to get these legends to actually come to this event? Because I imagine, the CAC, the reunion, they give you the dates, and you're having to find the legends that aren't busy that's able to attend it during those dates. So how difficult is this to do, K9?
Getting enough legends there, that it is pretty difficult. I've talked to numerous ones, even a year before, like last year, I talked to several, about coming in next year, coming in on that Sunday so they can do that. A lot of them don't, a lot of them can't, a lot of them don't want to come in till Monday. It just depends. I guess the ones that, in my opinion, the ones that come are the ones that really care about getting the new generation going. That's my opinion. Okay.
Right.
I'm not saying the others don't, but there's, I'd say a lot of them could show up earlier.
Right.
But one person I can say that's there every time has been Cuban Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
He's very passionate about it. Last year, The Rock's mom was there, Dwayne Johnson's mom. We had her pick. This year, Lynn Enoy was there, so Hoffa's widow, she got to pick. So, we got Hollywood out there. We got several different people. Ricky Santana, of course.
Mm-hmm.
He's passionate about helping the new people come aboard, the new wrestlers. And, those are the ones that will come early every time.
Right. Joe Helms, the Silverback, he participated in it. He did a great job, had a great match. He said that he had a blast wrestling on the fly. So now, Joe, K9, both answer this question. Was there anything that you think you guys didn't do that you would like to see done or added to on the fly next year?
I would, depending on how many wrestlers show up. And then, it's up to Sin, of course, but I suggest, it's last year. Not all the wrestlers got picked. For some reason, there were more wrestlers last year, but this year there was bigger crowd.
Right.
So, but they did a lumberjack match, so everybody could get involved. My thought is, and again, it's Sin's show, and I don't want to say anything that get him upset. But my thing is, and I told him about, I think personally we should have, if there's a lot of wrestlers that are left that don't get picked, have a small battle royal.
Yep.
Right. What about you,
So
Joe?
everybody that shows up gets to show up, because a lot of these guys are coming, long way. So
Right.
they're coming with the, thing with the mindset that they're gonna get in there and wrestle, and if they don't get picked, and that is why he does the lumberjack match as well. So
Right.
that's
right.
his
So everybody gets
choice.
involved,
But
yeah.
That's the only thing I'd like to see different, really. And of course, more legends showing up to be to partake in it, to give their advice to these younger guys after watching them, which is very instrumental to what they do.
Yeah. Now, Joe, on your end, is there anything that wasn't done that you would like to see added?
I mean, aside from the Battle Royal, no. I mean, I think, the Battle Royal, which traditionally has been a big part of the events during the shows at CAC, and more talent. If anybody out there is watching and you want a true test of your abilities, On the Fly is the place to do it.
Right.
That's a fact.
You talking about legends, and both you guys can answer this question. Is there a particular legend that you would love to see show up for this event?
Speaking for myself, I would say, oh gosh, why is her name just? I'm having a brain fart at the moment. I could picture her. I remember running into the Royal Hawaiian and asking if that was her, and being mortally embarrassed that it wasn't. Oh God.
You're
That's all
having a moment. I do that all the time. Well, why you think about that, Joe? What about you, K9?
Oh yeah, definitely. And I just want to say this too. And since I'm going to talk about him, he had a emergency surgery, I guess today or yesterday. But I'm talking about Diamond Dallas Page.
Yes.
The reason I'd like to see him more part of it is because of the things that he does to help veteran wrestlers get better. It's because of him that Lex Luger can actually walk again.
Yeah.
And
Right.
today they showed a clip of Lex walking without any assistance. He's helped Jake Roberts. I mean, Buff Bagwell. I mean, this man he's got a heart of gold. I've met him. I've known him. He's given me one of his DDP yogas and told me if I ever needed anything to call him. I had him, Jake, and two people that played Jason Voorhees, and one of the other actor that played Michael Myers. We were at a tattoo festival and a horror festival. I was the MC, so I took them all in my limo. They wanted to get away from the rat race, so we all went to a place to go eat and hang out and have fun. And I'm gonna tell you what, Dallas Page is an amazing person.
Yeah.
He really is. So yes, I'd like to see him there, and I am actually going to give him a call because I still have his number. I'll wait till he heals a little bit and see how he's doing, and then invite him to be there next year.
Yep. Joe, did you think about her name?
Yes, it just came to me, and I'm so sorry if she's watching. Leilani Kai, please come out to CAC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leilani Kai is awesome. I got to work numerous shows with her in Nashville back in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
great person.
And she has a huge social media presence at the moment.
She does.
I've not had the pleasure of meeting her yet. I know she's super, super busy. As you said, she has a huge social media presence. She just signed a Legends deal with WWE. So yeah, she has been extremely, extremely busy. Now, as I said, all the talent did a great job. But obviously they're not perfect. Like we're not perfect. Start with you first, Joe. Is there anything that you've seen that you think that some of the talents who are young should work on to make their presence better or perform in the ring better?
Nothing that immediately comes to mind. I mean, all the talent that we had, we were very fortunate to have on these shows these last 2 years, and
Yes.
a lot of that I think comes because many of them are Sin's own students, and Sin. I don't want to say he drills it into them, but he does. He drills that old school mentality into these guys,
Yep.
so that they can work that old school way, and I mean they can also work more of a contemporary style as well.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, K9?
I mean, like Joe said, there's a lot of great talent, and coming out of Sin's school, Sin also has Chris Bay with him training and D'Lo Brown, so you're getting the best of three great wrestlers right there. Two legends, and Chris Bay. Chris Bay's not a legend at this point, but he's an awesome wrestler. Man, he just beat a bad situation that happened to him, and he's walking again.
Yep.
I got to meet him at the CAC for the first time last week, and what a great guy. He's and he helps train, so they're getting a little bit of everything now.
Yeah.
In school.
Right. And you brought up Chris Bay. He has a phenomenal inspirational story talking about him being injured. He was just on Busted Radio a few nights ago, so you guys can go research him on Busted Radio. A great guy. I had the opportunity to meet him as well. Again, I can't say enough kind of things about him. See, my mom went blank. I had another question about on the fly, and I can't think about it. What are you guys expecting for next year on the fly, K9?
No, it's hard to really expect anything,
Right?
Because you never know. To say the least, I'll expect it to be as good as this year.
Right.
Okay. We all got to help get some talent in there. Of course, I'm doing it out here. I'm going to shows, doing stuff. But I can't hit every promotion in the country. So
right.
What we can do is, have people do it from other areas. So, and promote the CAC as much as we possibly can because of the things they do for certain wrestlers,
Yeah.
Look how much money they gave out last year, and it was more than they took in. So I don't know how that worked. There had to have been, people taking money out of their pockets to throw into that deal. So that's commitment.
Absolutely. Was there anyone that stood out to you, Joe, this year?
C4. C4, I think, was in the opening match. That guy is just built like a Brit shithouse. And I mean, he can move, and I mean, he can work on the fly, obviously. Didn't really get a lot of chance. He didn't have much chance on the mic. Nobody really does. But just, C4 really impressed me.
Ninja Smalls. He's smaller than me. He's got power. He's got moves. And he had a 350-pound man on his shoulders and freaking slammed him. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And his spots were spot on, to say it.
Yeah, and the audience, the crowd loved him as well. Matter of fact, that particular match, it was a tag team match, and he was partnered with Royce Adams, and they faced Joe Helms. I cannot remember Joe Helms' partner's name. I apologize. But Joe Helms' partner was supposed to be the baby faces.
Yep.
And Royce and his partner was supposed to be the heels, but because of the young man you spoke about, you see a double turn happen. So you never know what's going to happen there. It's very much being at a live wrestling event. It really, really is. And the crowd react. Look, the crowd's going to react the way they react. There's nothing we can do about it. It's organic, and they organically had to have that that double turn. I agree. That match was absolutely phenomenal. But let's talk about the CAC for a moment. Joe, I'm going to start with you. What does the CAC mean to you? Why is the Cauliflower Alley Club so important to you?
you know what it is. I can describe it in a single word: family. That's exactly what it is to me. The people that I see every year here, they've become like a second family to me, and it's not just because we all work in the same industry together, but I mean, there's a lot of fans that are also close to the business that attend almost annually, and they've also, I mean, they've this organization. I've only been a part for 5-6 years now, and this was my fifth CAC, and every year I feel, you know, closer and closer to this group of people.
Right. What about you, K9? Same question.
Well, I can give you partially the same answer Joe did. Exactly that. Plus what they do for wrestlers that are in need. That's a big part of it. That's why, you know, I want to go to some like WrestleCons and stuff like that, and fan fests, and set up a CAC table and recruit people, you know, and talk to them about the CAC, and, you know, teach them about it, you know, and show them, you know, especially the wrestlers, you need to be a part of this, because the big thing I don't want to see the CAC fold ever.
No,
I want to see the younger guys come up, step up, and keep going for what, because I could tell you right now, knowing Mike Mazurki, if he could see what this has become, he would be ecstatic.
Right.
Guaranteed, because it wasn't as big back then, of course, but he didn't let fans in at that point. Okay, that was more recent, and I was against it at first, to be honest with you. But I see it. I see now, you know, what it does by having the fans in, by helping with the benevolent fund. It's very important, but I do still think we should have one night, no fans, just the wrestlers, and that should be the baloney blowout.
Right. Pro Wrestler 91, thank you for joining us. Said, I absolutely love the CAC. They helped me. And there you go. I mean, there's one right there that the CAC helped. What was your favorite event during our time in Vegas?
Oh man, gotta be that. Well, okay. Apart from the extracurricular stuff like breakfast at Nacho Daddy and stuff like that, within the confines of CAC itself, I gotta say that Mick Foley roast was an absolute blast. I hope they do it again next year for someone else. The only criticism that I have, and I know this is going to be shared by a couple of other people, leave the comedians to their day jobs. There were a couple of them that I don't think they were familiar with the material. I don't think they knew Mick as well as they should have. Get an entire panel of wrestlers to roast a wrestler. That's. I mean, to be honest, I think that's how it should be done. No, I mean, I don't want to criticize, but that would be my one criticism for the roast itself. Would be all wrestlers, you're good.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I told a couple of people that it was great, but you could definitely tell the comedians who were either hardcore wrestling fans or at least casual wrestling fans versus the comedians that just had no idea about professional wrestling.
There were a couple there that were literally just there to be seen. And I mean, there was some local talent. I mean, good on them for getting out there, but
yeah. What about you, K9?
Well, I agree a lot. I agree exactly with what Joe said. There should just be people in the wrestling business doing the roasts. It makes it better. You know, you're talking about, you know, people that are up there roasting somebody they don't even know.
Yep.
You know,
I mean, a lot of them were even like roasting the rest of the panel. Like, that's not what a roast is about.
Right. No. Yeah. Exactly. You know, but you know, I like this. I think the roast will be good if they keep doing it. It's another. I mean, it's $23, but you know what? It's going to help. It's going to go into the benevolent fund. So I don't have a problem with that.
Right.
I think that needs to happen. I think the baloney blowout still needs to be the way it used to be. Only people in the business, no fans.
Right.
I'm strong on that part. They could be in the banquet. They could be in the exhibit room. They could be at the roast, at the pool party, Well, maybe not even the pool party. Pool party, and actually, I don't even really see fans at the pool party. I do see just people in the business at the pool party.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. You know, it's there's so much in the business that people don't need to know.
Right. Retribution says, "What's up, pal?" Retribution also wanted to know what we are talking about. We are talking about the Cauliflower Alley Club, the 59th annual reunion that we all were at in Vegas. If you're not familiar with the Cauliflower Alley Club, it is a nonprofit organization that goes and helps professional wrestlers whenever they are in need of help. If you would like more information or would like to join, you could go to the caulifloweralleyclub.org. I have it right below, scrolling by. You'll see the web address right here in a moment. I really enjoyed the roast, and I love the award nights. I really did. Them giving us footage to pay tribute to the professional wrestlers we've lost in the past year or so. That was absolutely awesome.
I actually help with that now.
Oh, awesome.
I send all the indie, because it always used to be just the famous wrestlers.
Right.
You know, that's what they used to do. But I'm now helping with finding where the indie wrestlers that have gone, getting information on them. I send it to David Lawson, who's the head of CAC TV, and he actually he does it, man. I was floored because everybody that I sent in was on that tribute.
Nice.
All the indie guys. So I felt really super good about that. So I'm doing it again. Unfortunately, just yesterday we had 2 wrestlers pass out of Tennessee. One that I knew personally, because he worked in the same promotions I did. But I mean, that was that quick. So now I'm starting over for next year.
Right. During the award ceremony, what do you guys think about the speeches that was giving and the individuals who were given awards?
Some of the speeches are a little overblown.
No names mentioned.
Right? It almost seems like some of these.
We all know who we're talking about.
It almost seems like some of these speeches, and I'm talking about the speeches mainly from the presenters.
Right.
I think they're more putting themselves over than the person getting the award.
Again,
you know,
talking about the same guy.
Yep. Now I tell you, it was a great surprise. Dr. Tom Pritchard was given an award, but his brother showed up, Bruce Pritchard, and surprised everybody, including Dr. Tom. He was the presenter of the award. Now, having a surprise guest isn't something that's unusual at these reunions. Talk about either one, it doesn't matter. Talk about some of the surprise guests that the Cauliflower Alley Club has had previous years.
Well, last year, if I remember correctly, Lex Luger wasn't supposed to be there. He was a surprise guest for Sting, if I remember correctly. It's hard to think all the way back. I mean, there was plenty.
Right. Yeah.
You know, at the luncheons that we used to have in Hollywood, I mean, every week somebody would show up that we weren't expecting. That's crazy, you know. I'll give you an example. I mean, I'm going back to 1990 now, but you're talking about, for example, I was there one day and Mondo and Hector Guerrero came in.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I believe Hector might have been there last year too, if I remember correctly. No, he was at the Tampa luncheon. And that's another thing that's an offshoot of the CAC. Every 3 months in Tampa, we have a Legends luncheon that also is I guess you could say an arm off the CAC. So, and of course we promote there. They do a couple of awards there. You know, it's not as huge as, it's not a big thing like the reunion, but it's something to do. All the wrestlers get together from the Florida area, and it's, Tampa has a very huge history as far as wrestling in Florida. The Tampa area was huge.
Yeah.
It still is.
Yeah. JT Storm, who's also part of the podcast, He wanted us to remember. He said, "Don't forget that the CAC also helps wrestlers with other resources too, like doctors or therapists and other things." Again,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Would you guys agree that for a professional wrestler to be joining the CAC, this is really investing into yourself and possible future needs that you may have?
Yes, you are.
100%.
100%. I'll give you, what he said is absolutely true. And I'll give you a perfect example that had nothing to do with health or medical. Joe, you remember Don Fargo?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Don was there. This was I'm going back to 2005, 2006. He was 80 years old at the time, and he was really struggling financially. He didn't have the money to pay his rent. So the CAC came in and actually gave him $5,000 to pay his rent for, I think it was 6 months. I'm not sure exactly on the time, but I know they gave him that money to pay his rent, or they just paid his rent, is what they might have done. So he didn't have to be living out on the street.
Right.
So
Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, just a couple of years ago, before he passed away, they saved the man's house. And here, joining us, Mr. Role Model Ric Lieb.
Yes,
he is the embodiment of what the CAC is all about,
and what we're talking about. Yes,
exactly.
True.
Right.
All right, real quick. I just want to tell you guys, you're invading my TV show right now. This is RCW Spotlight right here. This is my co-host, Ricky Williams. And so I figured I'd let him meet a couple of these CAC guys, since I'm trying to talk him into going too,
Yeah,
you
need to go.
Yes.
I love it. I would love to go, honestly.
So there we go.
My camera's broke, so that's why you can't see me. But you also can't see me picking my nose and doing all kinds of things, scratching my, and
Right. Now, who's that talking? That Al?
Like I told K9, it's really a blessing for the fans to not be able to see K9 Kohl, because he has a face for radio.
Yeah. Not everybody can have this face. I'm telling you right
wants
now.
That face.
No, trust me. My wife wants this face.
Hey, now that's a whole other show.
Yes, it is.
That's totally a different show.
Yeah. So Rick, we're gonna go all the way back. We were talking about On the Fly. You actually participated at On the Fly. Tell me, why was it important for you to be there in order for you to get picked by a legend to perform at On the Fly?
Well, not often do legends get to pick legends, and in this case, they finally got a chance to pick the GOAT of professional wrestling. Well, at least the indie professional wrestling scene. And don't laugh. Anyway, no, but seriously, it's like in doing so, it's a great honor, not just because you're getting picked by one of these people, but because you get to wrestle in front of your peers. And if there's one thing that I enjoy doing, it's wrestling. And On the Fly allows us to actually wrestle. Now, mind you, I was very unhappy with the shape I came in this year. And I'll be the first to tell you so. And you can ask my co-host over here. I've been hitting the gym so hard since I've been back. It's like I've been a madman. And next year, it's got to show. I mean, mind you, it's never going to look the best because, as earlier mentioned, I am the epitome of a CAC, because I had heart surgery and it was a CAC that reached out and helped me.
Right.
And after that, I became a lifetime member, because you know what? I realized what they were doing was exactly what what I believe in. Like they're doing things that I feel like, every professional wrestler should be part of. And if you're a real wrestler and you really love this business and you want something that's going to be special for you, that is what you want.
Absolutely.
Now, Rick, let me ask you this question.
Okay.
Before the CAC was able to step in and help you, I imagine that there had to be a big weight on your shoulder, knowing that you had to go through surgery. tell the fans, tell everyone, how much lighter did you feel was the CAC was able to step in and say, hey, you know what, buddy, we got your back.
Once
Well,
that burden was taken off.
Yeah.
Here's the weird part. Okay, I was already going through in the surgery room. My wife is the one that made the call, and at the time it was ran by Carl Lauer, and well, Rich was still there. Rich was there because Rich was taking over for Morgan Dollar at the time, and Morgan Dollar's who we reached out to because we had his information already, and he's the one who said, yeah, you want to definitely get a hold of these guys, and or get a hold of this person and that person. He's the one that said, get a hold of Rich, get a hold of Carl Lauer. And so she finally she talked to Carl on the phone. May he rest in peace, by the way. Great man. And
yes,
Carl was like, don't worry about a thing. I'll be calling you back real soon. 1 hour later, he had $2,000 that he donated to help us out with whatever medical bills, or to help, keep the bills paid at the house, because, I couldn't work at that time.
Yep.
And
Right.
that was tough.
Yeah.
Anybody want to see that scar? I'll show it. Boom. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to ask. I'm going to show. Boom. Right there. You see that bad boy?
Yep.
But, it doesn't, it's not slowing me down inside the ring. It's just, gosh, man, I just want to, I miss my looks, because when I first went in there, I'm going to show you guys something. This is the flyer for my next wrestling event, and I used the picture right before I went in to surgery. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but I was in phenomenal shape. And then all of a sudden, they carved me open, and 38 pounds of muscle gone in 1 week.
yeah.
That was
old age does that too.
No, not to me. I don't age.
JT Stone says Rick has always been one of the good guys in the business. Proud to call him a good friend.
That's my guy right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Showing love. But don't ever call this villain a good guy.
Yep. Rick's my brother from another mother.
Absolutely.
But I want to say something about Carl Lauer.
Yes.
Carl Lauer was a phenomenal man. He did a lot for so many. I was honored to have worked for him in his promotion in Whittier, California. He was actually the second promoter I ever worked for in Whittier. Yeah, it was great. He he had me. Of course, when I started, I was working security, like we all do. So he had me. I'll give you a cool story. He had me guarding the female dressing room, so nobody would go in.
God.
And at the time, the two females that were in there were Little Lightning from Glow and Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
So I'm hanging out the front. I'm hanging out there a little bit. Next thing I know, the door comes open, and Lightning's like, oh, sure. She's like, what are you doing out here? I said, watching the dress. She goes, get your ass in here. You don't need to be hanging out there by yourself. So they were, they got changed and everything, brought me in. We're hanging out, having a good old time. It was great. I mean, I love working. I've worked with them quite a bit. Matter of fact, the person that originally got me started in wrestling was Dallas from Glow.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
She was then engaged to Jay York, the Alaskan.
Mm-hmm.
So he became my mentor. He was also the trainer for Roddy Piper.
Okay.
He might have been a good wrestler. I mean, Roddy Piper guy. People might have heard of him.
Yeah, they might have.
Yeah. He only made WrestleMania 1 worth watching, in my opinion.
He was one of the best heels ever.
Yes, agreed.
No doubt.
Absolutely.
No doubt. He was one of the best everything.
Yes, agreed. He was almost as good as me. That's how good he was.
So I want to ask all three of you the same question, and we're going to start with you, Joe. If you're talking to a fan or a pro wrestler for that matter, and they were on the fence about joining the CAC, what would you tell them why they should join?
Well, I mean, perfect timing, Rick. I tell them Rick's story, plain and simple. A friend of mine had a heart attack. He was rushed into surgery, and within was it 12 hours, 24 hours, within a day, within 1 day.
1 hour he had the money.
Oh yeah.
For us. if you guys want to hear the story about the heart attacks, man, it'll tell you how great wrestling is for anybody. But go ahead, finish your stuff.
But that's it. I mean, I tell them that the CAC was there to help out in your time of need. And I mean, for anybody who works within the industry who's a member of the CAC, I mean, they'll be there for you if you need it.
Right. K9?
Well, I mean, I usually tell Ric's story and I also tell Don Fargo's story.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like I said, because that way people know that it's just not health. If you have a problem with anything, rent, paying a car payment, you're about to lose your car, whatever it is, they're going to help. And the thing is, if you're a wrestler and this is something you really want to do, of course, most of us started out as fans. You want to join the Cauliflower Alley Club for the reason of just that, it's your money's going into the benevolent fund to help wrestlers in need, which, one day it could be you. I don't wish that on anybody, but it's very possible. So as we get older, things don't heal as fast. And, you're in the ring doing crazy stuff, there's no insurance for us. Promotions don't have insurance for us. The CAC is your only line of help if you need it. Now, here's the other cool part about it, and I talk about it a lot. You're going to be meeting legends that you've talked to. You can learn from these legends, not just network with them, but learn. They'll teach you things. You ask them questions, they're going to be happy to help you because they want to see this business grow and go and go and go. So there's a lot of reasons to go to the Cauliflower Alley Club, not just to go, but to join, mainly to join, okay? You go to the reunion to have fun, to show your stuff on the fly, to show your stuff to the promoters that are there. You'll get work. I've gotten work just being there myself, year from year, I've been out of it for a while and just going, I'll get work because people know what I do. I think I'm pretty good on the mic. Sin's got me helping him do a lot of stuff now. He actually wants me to help do a little more, which I'm very privileged and honored that he wants me to. And that's the thing right there. You never know who you're going to talk to that says, hey, I got this spot for you.
Yeah.
I've got this spot for you. It's not going to happen if you don't join, if you don't come to the reunions. Put your money. We've got auctions. There's all kinds of prizes to win. Cool stuff, 50-50, win some money. The banquets, you got 2 meals. It's only $150 for the whole banquet for 3 days. You got an exhibit room during the day. You got now I don't know if they're going to keep doing the roasts, but I'm guessing they probably will. You've got two nights for award ceremonies, and it used to be just one. And then Tuesday night was always just a bologna blowout, and they had all kinds of sandwiches and stuff, and it was just a really cool thing to hang out and bullshit and talk. And one of the blowouts, I had Killer Kowalski grab me and give me a freaking headlock. I've had then he gets finished with me, and here comes Ox Baker.
Oh wow!
Here's another good reason. Here's another cool thing that happened. That this could happen to any if you're there. Okay, I was there hanging out. It was me, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, Bob Johnson, Ox Baker, and his wife. So we're hanging out, and we didn't fly out till like Friday. So Wednesday evening, Barry Orton. Remember Barry Orton?
Barry, oh yeah.
Yep. He comes up to us and said, "Hey man, what you guys doing tomorrow?" We hadn't figured anything out yet. He says, "Come over, man. Come over to our house." He was him and his sister has a house in Vegas, and Bob Senior was there. And he's like, "Man, we're having a barbecue. Come on." We spent the whole day at the Ortons. We had a freaking blast. Barry Orton was so proud of Randy. He was putting on. He found Randy's first match ever. He was having us watch all his matches and just hanging out, eating, networking. Not really networking, but
Right.
Just having fun, hanging out together. You're not going to have that happen if you don't go.
Yeah.
Right.
If
Matter
you
of fact, Rhonda's going to be on the podcast here soon.
Yeah, Rhonda's awesome, and she's a good cook.
She is. I mean, look, I'm just a podcaster, and I even had a couple of doors opened up for me being there. And this is what's great about joining the CAC too, guys. It's fucking cheap.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it is.
10 cents a day, or if you want to really get to it, $3 a month. That's it. Now
Yep.
you become a lifetime member as well.
Yep.
That option is out there as well. But
And that's
again,
cheap too.
if you want information or if you want to join, it is the caulifloweralleyclub.org.
Yep.
Rick, same
Yeah.
question, my friend.
Okay.
What would you tell people?
Well, first of all, I always tell the heart story or the heart surgery story,
There's no
mainly
better
because
story than that, really.
they need to know that these guys are there for them. You know, you just be a member so they know who you are, so they know about you, because
Yep.
not all us indie guys are as popular. I mean, I've been wrestling since 1989. How many people before the Cauliflower Alley Club really heard of me unless they're on the East Coast? You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. Who are you again?
Exactly, right?
Right?
Look
Still don't
me
know
up.
who the hell you are.
It's under goat. No, but seriously, you got that? What he said, picking up, literally, the Destroyer became my mentor because he was from Akron, New York, and I am from Akron, Ohio, and so we're like, wait a minute, that's only like a 3-hour drive. So my whole family would drive over and we would go and we'd play Destroyer Park golf every year. We would stay and we would have cookouts with the family or just hang out with them. Me and Kurt became real close friends. But the Destroyer, I would just sit there and I got to pick his brain every year, twice a year at the Cauliflower Alley Club and then at his house. And, aside from him trying to tell my wife that he wants to put her in a figure 4 lip lock, I let that slide. No, right.
I think he would have hurt himself.
I think
That age.
it was, I don't know. The man still knew some stuff. But
It was awesome.
yes, honestly, one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. And he mentored me. He literally, I was already considered a veteran, but then he was teaching me all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, I never thought of it that way. Wow, I never looked at it like that. And what it did is it started to broaden my horizons of, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and one of the things I stopped doing was charging people when I was training them. I train people for free here now because I don't believe, like he said, he goes, how many of them are really going to make it? He goes, so you're charging them. And then when they end up wrestling on the indies, they're going to make what? A handshake and a hot dog? I mean,
That's right.
just all
Starting
kinds
out
of,
if they're lucky.
right. Exactly. He's like, he goes, you want to make them pay? Have them do ring crew, have them do this. I'm like, I'm going to make them do that. He goes, you tell them they're going to be doing that for at least their first 5 years.
Yep.
That way they know they're paying you back, but it's not going to be, something that's going to make them go broke, and then what I got off of that is, what do you want to do with that money? I got an idea what you could do with that money that you would be paying me. Buy real gear. Don't dress like a fan. I can't I started Wrestlers Against Yardards for a reason. I am tired of wrestlers in the ring. And by the way, anybody likes that too much, don't try to take it. It's already been trademarked. I'm not stupid. I even trademarked the word yartard. The one thing about it is you shouldn't look like a fan because they want to come to see us look larger than life. Unfortunately, at this last event, my stomach looked larger than life. Carbs.
Mine always does.
Listen, I'm Italian, man. We eat pasta and bread in every meal, and I got to cut those out. It's like, and I'm also, I'm German, Irish, Italian, Slovak. I'm a mutt, actually, but, I had my Italian side. But speaking of the German side, now I used to be in a tag team a long time ago called Elite Blood with a guy named Joseph von Schmidt. He gives me a call yesterday. He said, Rick, I'm thinking of joining the Cauliflower Alley Club because it looks like you're having a blast out there. Can you tell me about it? So I talked to him for over an hour yesterday on the phone. That's what happens when I tell you about it. And then we were just talking, and I'm like, I go, listen, after January, get your membership. I go, and then if you need help with anything, I'm your man. I will help you. I will walk you through it, just like I did Marcus Knight this past year, just like I did John Rossiter the year before that, just like I've done other people. I am nothing but an ambassador for this place, whether they like it or not. I mean, it's like they may not even know it, but I am, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. And John Rossiter, I believe, will become a lifetime member eventually. I believe Marcus is going to become a lifetime member. He loved it.
like
I mean,
that.
he had so much fun.
I like them guys.
Well, I would hope so. I'm not going to bring a bunch of. You don't see me bringing Ricky Williams with me, do you? I mean, only the good top-notch guys for me. Hey, by the way, he's bored, man.
Body slam your ass right now.
Hey, he looks so tough back there too, and my back is turned. I don't know.
He's your muscle.
I know, right? It's like this is my bodyguard age. I love my bodyguard.
Right.
So, Rick, what was your favorite? What was your favorite event this year?
I was in the wrestling event, so I'm going to say that one always. But yeah, I mean, I love On the Fly. I mean, and honestly, I felt like I did a bad job this year. Like the year before, I felt like I did bad. What?
Nope. You did great.
Yeah, you all did good.
You did great.
I know everybody says I'm my worst critic. Like Marcus Knight kept telling me, "You're your worst critic. Stop it." That math is phenomenal.
We all are.
You know what? We're all that way.
No, I kind of
Okay,
agree with
but
that.
I'm telling you, brother, you look good out there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know what I saw out there? A pregnant man. That's what I saw out there. I am. Listen,
That was me.
In my defense,
Hey, I was only out there for 2 matches. I didn't think you saw me.
you look fantastic out there. You know why? Because then you
The suit hides a lot.
You know what would have made you go over the top? One of them new Role Model Ric Lieb shirts. Guaranteed to get you laid. I'm telling you, guaranteed to get you laid because your woman will just look at my face the whole time and she'll be completely aroused. And it'll be like, can't help it, man. That's like, I'm telling you guys, it's who needs the little blue pill? Wear my shirt. I'm telling you.
I'm going to be wearing that shirt at the MLW in Dallas in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm going there to help with production.
You should wear it to a WOW event, but be careful.
Just make sure you bring a big stick.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah. You better have a big stick if you're going to wear my shirt. What's going on here? What is this show turned into?
You should hear Tuesday nights. So besides the CAC events, Joe, what was your favorite part about Vegas?
You know what? There's a bar up at the top of Fremont Street called Nacho Daddy. Now we go there. It's a bar, but they open on weekends early for brunch, and I bring a bunch of people there. Some of them have only been there. Some of them are going there for the first time, but there's a crew that I go with, and it has the most amazing Tex-Mex breakfast you could ever want to have. There's a steak omelet. I just can't eat that much anymore, but there's a steak omelet that's like easily as big as my head, and it is.
I hate to see what it costs.
It was about, I think that steak omelet was about 23, I think. But you know what? You eat that for breakfast, you're good until dinner.
Right.
I went to Denny's for the $6.99 specials.
You know, at the Plaza, their restaurant, I can't remember, something a go-go.
Hash House a
go-go.
They had pretty damn good breakfast. It was, a 2 egg special, 2 eggs with bacon, breakfast potatoes, and your choice of a biscuit or toast, like $14 or something like that. Pretty good deal, and it was pretty damn good. What was your favorite thing about Vegas?
For me?
Yeah.
K9.
Oh, okay. My favorite thing about Vegas is I used to live there, so I really don't have one anymore. It's like I was glad to get the hell out of there. But one thing I did enjoy, which happens every year, is Billy Blades runs Micromania.
Yeah.
So he does
shows.
Last year. What's that?
I went last year. Yeah, it was pretty good.
We went this year. I think almost everybody from the CAC was there with Tuesday night. It was packed, solid, and it's weird because if we weren't there, the place would have been dead.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was there, he let me in. He goes, just have a seat anywhere. And there wasn't a lot of people, but the people that were there enjoyed themselves. I actually enjoyed myself.
Yeah. I've known Billy for a long time, through the CAC even. And,
exactly.
He used to run events on the East Coast, and he's a promoter for a long time. But yeah, It was a good time.
They actually came to Minnesota 6 months ago or so. We went and seen them, and my wife, who's a non-wrestling fan, she even enjoyed herself watching them wrestle. It was good times. I love the Nerd Bar. It's such a cool bar. They have all of the chairs from different wrestling events as autographed, all the pictures and everything else they have there. Really cool
Shrine.
I got to put your wife over for you for a minute.
Sure.
Man, the way she is with, she didn't like wrestling much, but anything you needed, she was there for.
Yeah.
I mean, anything. I mean, Gordon took a spill and she was there to help catch him. It was like, I mean, you did really good, my friend. Really good. She is an amazing person.
The bowl was broke with it when they made her. Not only is she beautiful, she's so smart, she's so supportive. I mean, the woman comes with me to every wrestling event that we go to. And put it to you this way, again, she's a non-wrestling fan, but yet she has subscribed to to WWE to make sure that I don't miss any news from WWE coming out.
That's
it goes
awesome.
to her email. I mean, yeah, she is so awesome. Now, thankfully, she likes meeting new people.
Yep.
She may not be a wrestling fan, but she loves the fellowship aspect.
She even looks like a wrestler. She looks like AJ.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Really does resemble her.
Yep. What about you, Rick? What was your favorite thing about Vegas?
Well,
his favorite thing about Vegas is seeing me.
That's true. That is very true. So I'll have to go with my second favorite thing here. Dude, the food in Vegas, you guys are missing some of the places. First of all, the Heart Attack Grill is one of the funnest places to eat. But you will be full when you leave there. And I always take a bunch of wrestlers with me when we go there. Capriati's has the most amazing subs you'll ever eat. Although I am upset that they got rid of the Italian sausage sub because that was so good.
How did they get rid of an Italian sausage sub? That's like a mainstay.
Exactly. Thank you. I don't understand that one either. And I would get it every time I'd go there. But Capriati's is so freaking good no matter what. Their meatball sub is really good. I tried their Italian sub last time.
I hate to interrupt you, but we have a Capriati's 2 blocks from my house.
Do you? Now, where are you at? You're in Minnesota, right?
Yeah. And
you guys got a Capriati's. Now, you want to hear something funny? One just finally made it to Ohio. It's an hour away, and we do make the drive. It's worth
2 blocks from the house.
But there's like Capriati's like every other block in Vegas, and that I love that. So the casino seemed this year. I don't know about you guys, but did the casino seem like they were just wanting to give us their money? Because I couldn't sit down without winning. Yeah, and my wife couldn't either.
I seen Rhonda and Cowboy Bob Orton in the casino, and he put in, I'm not gonna say how much he won, but very little, and won a good bit. And I'm like, damn, I wish I had that type of luck.
Yep.
Somebody else won $1,600.
Right.
Okay, I wasn't that lucky.
I lost 20.
Did you? Well, that ain't bad.
No.
Losing 20.
I made my $20. I made my $20 donation to the Sigma.
After you've lived there, you know better.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Something else that's really cool about the Cauliflower Club is every year, well, at least this year, you guys tell me they do this every year. This year, when we said we were going to Vegas, we bought the tickets and whatnot, they sent us a code for the hotel to stay. And
every year.
When I tell you that it was cheap after the discount, it was cheap. It really, really was.
That's because they didn't charge us the resort fee.
Yes.
Right. Which next year,
like, what, $40 a night? Yeah.
Yeah. And next year, same thing. They won't be charging the resort fee either. So
yes.
Well, I think Vegas in general is trying to get away from resort fees to encourage more tourism.
They shouldn't have had them in the first place. It's
the
city.
Yeah, I know that was a scam.
Yeah, it's a city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, fans, if you guys want to read about the Cauliflower Club or you want to go ahead and join, again, it is caulifloweralleyclub.org. I highly suggest that you all join. again, the money that you're going to spend joining, you can feel good knowing that it's going to go to help those individuals that we love who performs in our favorite sport, professional wrestling. It's going to be going to professional wrestling wrestlers when they are in need. And look, they even sell hats, t-shirts, all kinds of merchandise there that, again, there you go. And I have one as well. So I have it all. And you can feel good every time you spend your money with the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Yep.
In closing, I'm gonna let each of you guys, if you guys want to promote anything or say anything more about the Cauliflower Club, please do. Start with Joe. Go ahead.
Join up, come out. The first year I went solo. I mean, there were some people that I worked with there, but I spent most of my time solo. So I kind of felt like an outsider, to be honest. But connecting with people, and that got the ball rolling. And I mean, now on my 5th year, like I have people that I really look forward to connecting with every year. Be they people in the business or just friends that I've met in Vegas who happen to live there. There's a fellow by the name of Dave Castro. I'm sure everybody knows Dave Castro. Dave Castro is the Vegas ambassador. That's the best way to describe him.
I have a Dave Castro story I got to tell you about when you're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remind me.
But that's it. I mean, just join, come down, whether you're coming with someone or on your own. If you have anxiety about being on your own, trust me, just say hello to somebody. You will not be on your own for very long.
Absolutely. K9?
Well, like Joe pretty much said it all. I've been there for a long time. I'll give you another example. Because when I first moved to Florida, like Rick was saying, I'm not famous. I've been in the indie circuit for 35 years as a manager. So when I got down to Florida, nobody knew me. It was hard to get bookings. I did get a booking. I've been working for Florida Wrestling Empire, which we have a show October 4th in Gainesville, Florida. I am the commissioner. But I've been trying to get in with Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling. Well, because of the Cauliflower Alley Club, last year when we did Down on the Fly, the promoter was there. He was on the fly this year. He wasn't last year, but he was there. And we're sitting at the same table, and he looks at me and he says, "Come work for me."
Yep.
And, if he wasn't there, I wasn't there, I might not be working for them. I'm a TV commentator now for Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling, which we actually have a show next Saturday, September 5th in Haines City, Florida. So if you're listening and you're close, check it out. We're at the Bellamar studio or Bellamar something, but TampaBayProWrestling.com. Again, come to a reunion, get in on the fly.
Yep.
You'll be sitting around talking to people, and somebody's going to come up to you after they see you. Hey, I'm doing a show this year, next weekend, or I'm doing a show next month. I'd like to have you on it.
Yep.
If you don't go, you're not going to get on these shows. Like Kevin KG said earlier, Bruce Pritchard was there. He's the head of talent for the WWE. Okay, if he sees something, he likes you. You got the top guy from the WWE right there. Looking for talent. Him and there was another guy, I forgot his name, but anyway, Bruce was there.
John Cohn.
That's it. They both take care of that.
I think he's doing JR's old job now.
Okay. So if you don't go to the
Talent
Cauliflower Alley Club, you don't perform on the fly, you're not going to get the chance that other people are getting that are going there.
Absolutely. I mean,
and promoters from all over the world.
Yep.
You could be going to Europe to wrestle. I mean, it's wide open for you at the Cauliflower Alley Club. If you're a wrestler and you don't join, you're stupid. That's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely. And we'll go to Rick in a second. Look, even from a podcaster's point, right? I was able to interview Abdullah the Butcher, Dr. Tom Pritchard. I mean, so many legends I was able to speak to and interview, not to mention all of the guys who are there from the indies who are the future of this business.
Mhm.
I was able to mention to interview. I got phone numbers, made friends. Shit, I had people asking me for my autograph because of the dumb podcast. And the who attend there, again, they're so friendly. The moniker that the Cauliflower Alley Club has, Circle of Friends, it truly is a circle of friends. This isn't something they're just saying just because it sounds good. You literally make so many friends whenever you're there.
Yes.
It's worthwhile. So again, join, guys. Go ahead, Ray.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. They already said everything that you need to know about the Cauliflower Alley Club. So, Dave Castro's story. All right, this is my first time meeting Dave Castro. Literally, we are there. We did a thing that was called the Cheetah Run back then, which is where we went to the Cheetah. Well, the Godfather, Charles Wright, was still in charge of the Cheetah Club, strip club. And so we would do a cheetah run every year. So, and for some reason, all of a sudden, Bill used to run it, wasn't there. And so they put me in charge. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? Why me? Well, because I work at a strip club. Anyway, so now all of a sudden that means I become an automatic expert or something. So we're out there and we're like, okay, let's get some people together. We're gonna get some. I'll call them up. We'll get some limos over here, and we'll get a bunch of people over there, and we're gonna all do this cheetah run and go to the strip club and have some fun. I got Yeti who died of COVID, unfortunately, but he was a 7-foot tall giant. And his tag team partner, who was bigger than him, just a little bit shorter. He was only 6'8". And then I know, right? That's why they're the monsters. So I got the monsters to go with me. I got, a bunch of guys together, but we still had an extra, like I ordered 2 limos and they were the big ones. And we're like, shoot, we still have room in this limo. And so I saw Dave Castro and his friend who actually showed up last year, but Dave Castro and his buddy were there, and they were playing games, and I saw that they had the Cauliflower Alley Club thing on them. So I'm like, okay, I believe they're part of us. Hey guys, ready to go to the strip club? And they're like, oh no, we're I'm like, hey guys, ready to go to the strip club? And he's like, well, I don't know. Well, what do you want to do? And then so now they're over there talking and stuff, and I'm like, it's funny how you guys really thought you had a choice in this. No, you guys are coming with me to the strip club. Now get in the limo. And they're like, okay. And so they got in the limo. We took them to the strip club. They had a time of their life. And so Dave Castro's first time ever meeting me, I kidnapped him and took him to a strip club, basically. And he tells me he told his girlfriend that story when we flew out to Vegas a couple years ago just to hang out with him, and he was telling his girlfriend that story about how we kidnapped him to take him to a strip club.
They dragged me kicking and screaming the whole way, I tell you.
Oh, bro, we kidnapped him. I'm not even going to deny it. We kidnapped him. He was hesitant. I didn't allow it to happen. We needed that. We needed to prove that we could fill that strip club. And the greatest part about it was Charles Wright was there, and the Godfather, in his Godfather gimmick, took pictures with everybody, sat down with all of us, was buying us rounds, and ended up we just all hung out with him the whole night.
Well, he is the general manager.
Yeah, and the year before that, before I knew Dave, we went and D'Lo Brown was working and did the same thing, because I remember D'Lo Brown because I worked shows with him, and so he was telling he just grabbed my wife's hand. He goes, "Come on, baby girl, whatever girl you want to dance for you, you can." My wife likes dancing, and I really hate it. No, I don't mind. I love. And listen, nothing better than watching your wife get a lap dance. Just saying.
And you know what? None of this could happen unless you join the Cauliflower Alley Club.
That's a fact.
You will go there. You will have stories of your own to tell. Again, you're going to meet so many people, but none of these great things will happen to you unless you join the Cauliflower Alley Club.
Day and night, you come to breakfast with the good guy like me, and then Ric Lieb will kidnap you and take you to a strip joint.
Well,
Yeah.
we haven't gone to
Life
strip clubs
doesn't
in a
get
while.
better than that.
And
We haven't
there's something-
gone to a strip club in a while. We might need to bring that back though. We might need to bring that back.
But there is something else I like to do when I usually like to get in there on the Friday before it starts. I rent the car and I drive only 2 hours away up into the Utah mountains.
Beautiful.
It's so beautiful up there. St. Joy. I mean, I went up to this cliff. It was almost like with the Grand Canyon looking down 10,000 feet. Drank water out of the creek. You know, you can't do that. I mean, it's so cool. And then coming back, we stayed in Mesquite for only $30 a night and no fees.
Right.
And it's
Right.
on a Saturday night.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Yep.
there's all kinds of things to do. Mount
I
I
Charleston,
didn't know about that.
44
We go to the
minutes.
Hoover Dam, and we go to Red Rock Canyon and Valley of Fire. Like
Next
we do
year,
all the
let's do it.
sightseeing.
Next
all right.
year, we'll go to Utah. We'll fly in Friday. I'll show you some places that are amazing. There's one place in particular. It used to be it was a combination of a Pony Express station and a stagecoach stop.
Okay.
And now it's a museum. And they have real Indian-made turquoise jewelry there.
No.
And
You talking
the
Indian with
history-
the dot or Indian with the feather?
I'm talking about, forget the dot.
Okay.
It's the Indian shut, that Indian's dot off.
By the way, that's a wrestling inside humor thing.
Uh-huh.
By the way, I stole that. I can't lie.
No.
It was so caught me off guard that I had to steal it and use it on this show for you guys. But yeah,
But it's a great
That's
time. You can come in a couple of days early, hang out, do that. Red Rocks is a cool spot. Mount Charleston's only 45 minutes away. And
Yes.
that's 7,000 feet up.
Right. Yeah.
You've been there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
it's-
Oh no, it's a great time. Joe, the role model Ric Lieb, and of course K9. Thank you guys for joining us, guys.
Ricky Williams.
Again,
Let's get him going.
Rick
Ricky,
Williams as well.
Y'all
Okay,
definitely
listen.
sold me, and not gonna lie.
Here's what's going to happen. If you don't come next time,
We're
I'm
gonna
gonna come to Ohio, and I'm going to lasso your ass
Oh,
and make sure you get on the plane with Rick.
There you
all
go.
right, deal.
There you go.
Gotcha. We'll make
But
it
again,
happen.
You're gonna love
guys,
it. It's a life changer.
join
Sounds good.
Cauliflower Alley Club. Again, the web address is caulifloweralleyclub.org. I will be posting it on my Facebook page. You can find me, KG Landry. Tomorrow.
I'd like to say one more quick thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not just wrestlers too. Fans can join.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Referees,
Yeah. Good point.
Everybody in the business, but if you're not in the business, if you're a fan,
Even
people you never thought you'll ever meet in your life and have.
at the bottom of the barrel, referees can join.
Yes,
Right.
true.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
Announcers
They-
can join.
although announcers are good as long as you got the color commentator, not the other guy. But yeah,
You mean me?
can we plug our show?
Of
Go ahead.
course.
RCW Spotlight every Sunday at noon on the RCW network on YouTube. Although this week it's going to be Saturday at noon because I wrestle on Saturday and we're doing our prediction show. So get on there and become a subscriber, and also subscribe to the show that you're watching right now if you haven't.
Absolutely.
100%.
Joe, do you have anything you need to plug?
Geez, you know what? I got nothing coming up. You know what? Yeah.
Just plug my show again.
September 4th. Okay, yeah. September 4th, Albertville, Ontario, IPW. We will be there for the Albertville Fall Fair.
Perfect. K9?
September 5th, Tampa Bay Pro Wrestling, Haines City, Florida. Come out, hang out. Great matches. I mean, the wrestlers are phenomenal. I'm your TV commentator. Then October 4th in Gainesville, Florida, the Flying Wrestling Empire. I'm your commissioner. Come on out, hang out with us. Check out some great independent wrestling. It's more affordable than going to the big boys if they're charging so much money now. And check out the poster. There it is right there. The Art of War.
Yep.
Come
Oh.
see indie matches. Come hang out. Fans, come join the Cauliflower Alley Club and break bread with the legends you thought you'd never meet.
Absolutely, guys. Then tomorrow, Warren Wolf will be on the podcast, 6 p.m. Central. He's be talking about his new book that's coming out. That's going to be a great, great conversation Warren and I will be having. So please subscribe to my podcast.
I might have to
Until
crash that one.
then- Go ahead.
Wolfie D.
Until then, you guys have a great week.
Yeah.